Hello, paper 10, November 2011, Unit 2, Stage 2. Same thing as before, a couple of questions, let's bash them out. Simplify, 3c add 2d, take away c, take away 60. 3c and negative c are of the same ilk, plus 2d and negative 60 are also of the same ilk. 3c take away c is 2c, 2d take away 60 is negative 4d. The bases are the same. I'm multiplying, so really I'm able to add the powers here, because this says 2 times 2 times 2, and obviously this says etc, etc, etc. So this is just going to be 2 to the 8, which is why that's just one mark. So 2, 3, and 5 is equal to 2 to the 8. Work out 17.5% of 720. So I need to first of all work out the multiplier. So I need to divide it by 100, and then I'm going to multiply that by 720. So fraction button, 17.5 over 100 multiplied by 720, 126. Question 4, parallel lines. Work out the size of the angle marked X. Give reasons for your answer. And because these are parallel, I can see already that the one I'm looking for is the co-interior angles because of this C shape. Even though it obviously doesn't say a diagram drawn accurately, I can still ascertain that this has got to be acute. So because of vertically opposite angles, this is 104. And then because this is 104, then this must be 180 take 104 for 76. And it says give reasons for your answer. So this one would be vertically opposite angles are equal. Co-interior angles sum to 180 degrees. A lot of writing for not a lot of marks, but that's the way that the world works. Next one. On the grid, draw the graph of 2x plus y is equal to 8. Well, it's currently not in the form I want it, so I actually want it in this form. Y is equal to 8 take 2x, or negative 2x add 8. And because it's a straight line graph, I only need 2 points. So actually, when I'm going to try and plot them, I'm only going to plot the two easiest ones. One of them I'm going to put 0 in, and then the other one I'm going to put 1. So negative 2 multiplied by 0 is 0, add 8, which is 8. So 0, 8 is going to be one of the coordinates. And when I put 1 in, negative 2 times by 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 add 8 is positive 6. So it should be 1 and then 6. Now because that's negative, I know that it's got to be negative gradient, which means it should start in the top left and end in the bottom right. So if I connect to those two things together, that should go through all the points as necessary, which it does. So there's my graph. Question 6. Table gives some information of some densities. First of all, we've got to try and work out the volume of this triangular prism. It's going to tell me some lengths, the height and the width, and the mass. The bar is made from one of the 5 metals in the table, so it's got to be one of these 5 metals. Which metal? Now, it's important to note from this that this is kilograms per meters cubed. So the volume must be in meters cubed. However, this is in centimeters, and this is also in centimeters. So when I work out the volume of my triangular prism, or my triangular prism bar, I need to do 20 divided by 100 for 0.2, multiplied by 20 divided by 100 to also get 0.2, and then multiply that by 8 meters, and then divide the whole thing by 2, because it's a triangular prism and not a cuboid. So that's going to give me the volume. So 0.2 multiplied by 0.2 multiplied by 8 is going to give me 0.32 all over 2 for a final answer is 0.16. Density is equal to mass over volume. So the mass is 1424. The volume is 0.16. So 1424 divided by 0.16 gives me 8,900 kilograms per meters cubed. So I can very clearly see that 8,900 is copper. So the answer should be copper. 7. Use your calculator to work out the following. So square root sign, bracket, 2.3 multiplied by 4.6 squared. Make sure it's the 4.6 squared and not all of it squared. Write down all the figures on your calculator display. S to D, 6.976245409. Okay, question 8, simplified. So technically this says 3 bracket x plus 1 all over x plus 1. So I can factor out on the top and the bottom the factor of x plus 1. So I should be left with 3 lots of x plus 1, or 3x add 3. And then for this final one, 4 divided by 6 is the same as 2/3. X squared divided by x leaves x, and then y is still present. So I can either write it like that, or some of you would prefer to write it like this. They're both valid. All right, 2 questions left. Keyword here being PS and PT are tangents. So I'm going to connect a line that goes here. This is a radius, this is a radius, this is a radius. This is a right angle because of tangents. This is also a right angle. And then the last thing to understand, that straight lines add up to 180. And because this doesn't ask for any reasonings, we can just do the maths and not worry about why we're doing it in terms of how do I write down the sentences. So this shape here, T to O to S to P, is a quadrilateral. So 90 add 90 is 180. So that means that this angle and this angle have to add up to 180 as well, because the whole thing has got to add up to 360. So I'm going to do 180, take away 56 for 124. So this angle here is 124. Now if that angle is 124, then that angle there must be 180, take away 124, which actually is 56. So I know that this is 56. This is an isosceles triangle. So if this is an isosceles triangle, I can work out this angle and this angle by doing 180, take away 56, divided by 2. Now you should be able to see that this question has been designed in such a way you're doing repeated calculations over and over and over again to sort of like, you know, ease your, what's the word I'm looking for, you're working out, it realises that it's been designed in this particular way. So this angle here is half of 124, which is 62, and this angle is also 62, because that's an isosceles triangle. So we've now got the angle P to T to Q, which is this gap here. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 again. So if this is 62 and this is 90, then this must be 180, take away 62, take away 90. So 180 take 90 is 90, 90 take 62 is 28. So the angle I'm looking for is 28. And then our final question, some factorisation. The bottom is difference of 2 squares. X add y, x take y. The top, positives all the way around, so positives in both the middle. Square root of y squared is y, so it's got to start with y. And because of the sort of like the plus signs, it doesn't matter which order I put it round. So there's got to be a 2x and an x there, simply because 2x squared only has 2 factors. And then I should be able to cancel out the x plus y's on the numerator and the denominator to leave 2x plus y over x minus y. And once again, we're done.